Hello, how are you? So in this new series of videos I'm doing, we're going to be cooking some nice budget, quick, easy meals. I think I'm going to do like 4 at a time, so each video will have 4 quick and easy, budget meals to get on with. Now, I really encourage you to swap and change things around. So if you don't like a spice that I'm putting in, you can change it. If you don't, like if I'm doing something, like chicken and broccoli, you don't like broccoli, don't have broccoli, try mushrooms or something like that. So really sort of versatile stuff. You can sort of mix and match it as you like. But that's about it, yeah. 4 easy recipes for people on a budget. Okay, so we're gonna make a beef and potato stew, nice and easy. But we're gonna go through a process first, because that beef I got was cheap as chips. A real old tough stewing bit of beef. We're gonna do a little process where we're gonna boil it out and make it really, really tender. That's delicious. Okay, so we're gonna go straight in on this one. So I've got a pot here with some olive oil in. The heat's on medium. Now I've got this beef here. I've got about 600 or 700 grams of beef. Now this is a real cheap cut, to be honest. It's a real stewer. So we're going to just get it in. I've cut it into pieces, but like I say, it's a stewing beef. Simply to that, we're going to add some salt and some black pepper. We're going to fry this around for about 4 minutes. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add a lot of water to it and then boil it out. Boil the water away, let it evaporate, and it's going to really help this meat become super, super tender. It really works, this method. So if you know what you're going to be making with this, i.e. you're going to be making some like Indian food or something, you could put some cinnamon in there now, some whole cardamoms, some cumin seeds, to kind of help the flavor, enhance it at this stage. If you're going to go Chinese or Asian, maybe you could put some garlic and ginger in there, a bit of star anise maybe, you get the picture. Right, okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to get water, cold water. The heat's going to go on really high now. No lid, don't put a lid on it, just boil it out, let it evaporate. It's probably going to take about 15 minutes or so. Okay, so that's like 15 minutes, it's evaporated out. Now, if you've got really super tough meat, you can do that again. You can go through the process again, but that's gonna be good. You've really done yourself a massive favor there. You can now proceed and use this beef, and it'll be really tender once it's cooked into whatever stew, curry, masala you wanna make. Okay, so there's our beef. You saw that process. It's really, really softened it up. So you can go any direction you want now. You can get that in a stir fry or something, cook it up for a few minutes, whatever. We're gonna go with a bit of a meat and potato stew here. So beef, equal amounts in volume, as you can see, of potatoes, peeled them and cubed them up. Cup of carrots, cup of onion, cup of mushrooms. Again, essential the onions, but these guys, you can swap them around, take them out, do what you want. Tablespoon of garlic, 2 teaspoons of thyme that I'm using today, and 1 can of tomatoes. So you're going to need, again, a pot, a wok, or a large frying pan or something like that. I'm using olive oil here. Use a different oil if you want. We're going to start off by dropping 1 cup of the onion in. Now we're on quite a high heat. I've just put that on. We're going to drop in 1 tablespoon of garlic. We're now going to drop in our meat that we've given a good searing to. Now, of course, if you've got a lovely cut of beef, you can go straight in with it here. But yeah, like I say, this was a real stewer. And that little process that we've done really, really makes a big difference. Let's get some seasoning in. So we're going to go salt. We're going to go black pepper. I'm probably putting in about 1 teaspoon each. You can eyeball that. Let's go in with our thyme. Now rosemary works, oregano, marjoram, tarragon. So many different herbs you could go with. I like thyme in here, it's good. We're now going to drop in those carrots, 1 cup of carrots. Bit of celery in here is nice. Right, so on this high heat, we're going to go for about 4 to 5 minutes. I'll be stirring it often. We're well on our way. That's coming together beautifully. We're now going to drop in those potatoes. That's actually 1 large potato there. Or maybe about, is it 2 cups? Maybe 2 or 3 cups of potatoes. Okay, keep throwing it around. Another 5 minutes. Get those potatoes started. Only a couple more ingredients to go. Coming together really nicely. Let's drop in them shrooms. 1 cup of mushrooms. One can of tomatoes. These were a whole plum. I just crushed them up with my hand. Now I'm going to add a little bit of water. You could use a stock if you want. I'm going to go straight water. We've got enough flavour in there. We don't need to add any more flavour. Now if you want, you know what you could do? If you're feeling a bit fancy, bit of red wine, bit of white wine if you want, something like that, bit of plonk in there. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Right, let's turn that heat to below medium. Lid on. It's going to be about 8 or 9 minutes. Give it a stir every now and then. Okay, off goes the heat. Let me get that lid off. Get some steam out of there. Oh, that's a beauty. Look at that. Really, really lovely. Those potatoes are nice and soft. And of course, our beef is going to be really tender. Check that for salt and pepper. Let me get that on a plate. And there you go. Just really, really simple and beautiful. And like I say, if you get a nice cheap cut of meat like I had, do that process. It becomes lovely, lovely and tender. Nice, quick, easy sausage pasta we're going to do today. Got some cheese in there, garlic, little bit of chili, can of tomatoes, bit of pasta, any sausage you like. I've actually got 2 types in there, but you can use, like I say, a frank hot dog or something like that, or something a bit more fancy. Lovely, 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 easy stuff. Okay, so we're going to make this sausage pasta. So I've got 3 cups of cooked pasta. I'm using a penne, anything you like, fusilli, tagliatelle, spaghetti, up to you. 1 can of tomatoes. That's a whole plum tomato. I'm going to crush that a bit as it cooks. 1 cup of onions, 1 cup roughly of mushrooms, 1 teaspoon of chili, 1 teaspoon of oregano, 1 tablespoon of garlic, and then I've got like a cup of grated cheddar cheese. You could use parmesan if you want. Now the sausage, I'm using 2 today just to show you what's what. This is a little cocktail turkey sausage. This is a beef sausage. I'm going to mix the 2, but yeah, you could use like some franks or hot dogs, you know, frozen or in a jar, or you could get some nice fancy, if you have the money, you know, some nice fancy pork Lincolnshire or something like that, sausages. But really, really simple, feeds the family. Okay, so here we go. I've got a wok here. You don't need a frying pan or a saucepan or something. I've got some olive oil in there. Use a different one if you fancy. We're going to drop in the onion. Now what I've done is I've just put this on. It's on an above medium heat. We're now going to go in with the garlic, and we're going to put our sausages in. This is that beef one I've got. Slice that one up, and these are these little kind of cocktail turkey ones. Okay, so above medium heat, let this go for about 4 minutes, then we'll get the other ingredients in. Really simple, this one. Just a few minutes there. Let's get our mushrooms in now. And like I say, I'm using mushrooms in here, but if you want, get some sweet corn in here, something like that, a can of sweet corn, some frozen mixed veg, whatever you like. Now, chili powder and oregano is what I'm going with today. You can get one of those Italian mixed herbs, can't you, if you fancy that. Get the chili out if you're not like me. I like everything a little bit spicy, that's my problem. Anything goes. 1 second, we're going to get now salt, black pepper. Going to let that go for 3 more minutes. Keep it moving. We're nearly there. Right, we're going to grab that 1 can of tomatoes. In it goes. It's going to break them down a little bit with my spoon. Look at that, fab. 5 minutes, stay on this high heat. Stirring away. I mean, we're done really. Just got to get our pasta in there. All right, marvelous. Now what I'm going to do, I like to do this. Grated cheese in there, like a cup of that. Give it a mix. It melts in there beautifully. Makes it nice and creamy. I should have saved some for the end and put it on the top, but I've failed to do that miserably. It's all in now. And then we're going to go in with our cooked pasta of choice. Like I say, I'm using penne. 4 minutes, high heat. Keep it moving all the time. We want that sauce in, on and around our lovely pasta, ready to serve. Delicious. Spicy sausage, pasta, tomato, garlic, cheese. Wah, 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 wee, wah. So this is a vegetable minestrone. Anything you like, it can go in it. Any veg you like. Bit of pasta, some tomatoes, really simple. Bulk it out. Fantastic. Okay, let's have a look at this. So look, the essentials are 2 cans of tomatoes, 1 cup of onion, 3 teaspoons of oregano, or a kind of, you know, a Italian mixed herb, 2 tablespoons of garlic. Everything else is optional, so get your veg that you want. I've got, let's say, a cup each of carrots, bell peppers, broccoli, probably a bit more there, sweet potato, potato and mushrooms. And I've also got here like a cup of tiny cut vermicelli pasta, but you can stick some spaghetti in this, or any pasta you like, some farfalle or whatever you've got, chuck it in. This is a fantastic little veggie soup. Okay, so you're going to need a large pot, and I've got some olive oil in there. We're going to start off by dropping in that cup of onions, and then we're going to get your nice hard veg in. So let's get my potatoes in, and my sweet potato, and my carrots. And like I say, any amount or types of veg can go in here. Bit of celery is always nice in this. I don't have any celery at the moment. Let's get in 3 teaspoons of oregano. Let's get in that lovely 2 tablespoons of chopped garlic. Okay. Black pepper. Salt, about a teaspoon each, I would say, roughly. If you've got some green or black olives, pop them in as well. Okay, high heat, 4 minutes. Fab. About 4 minutes on the go. Let's get that pasta in now. And like I say, I've got this little vermicelli, but stick whatever you want in. You can even put, it's quite nice, and if you want to bulk it out even more, just get some rice. You don't have to cook it or anything, just throw it in and it'll cook in this soup. I'm going to go with my broccoli. Cauliflower will be nice in this as well. I'm going to go with my bell peppers. And I'm going to go with my mushrooms. Another 3 or 4 minutes. Keep it moving. Nearly done. Okay, 2 cans of tomatoes. Plum tomatoes. Just going to roughly chop them with me wooden spoon, you know, just break them down a little bit. You can get some fresh tomatoes in this as well if you wanted. Now I'm going to add some water. If you want, you could add some stock, vegetable stock or something like that. I'm just going to add water, plenty of flavour there. Look at that. Okay, keep it on a high heat for about 5 minutes. Then lower it down, let it simmer for about another 6 minutes or so. Give it a stir every now and then. Wah, wah, wee, wah. Look at that, fantastic, really beautiful. Okay, off goes the heat. Check that for salt and pepper. You might want to add a bit more maybe. Now, I've got here, I didn't show you this earlier, I've got some chopped parsley. Put that in the mix. And then off we go. Lovely. Job done, wholesome, feeds all the family. All right, just going to finish this off. I've got some lovely grated Parmesan there. If you haven't got Parmesan, you can get a bit of cheddar on there if you like. Beautiful, job done. So you can use a can of sardines, mackerel, pilchards, you know, one of those cans with tomato sauce. Really cheap, aren't they? What I like to do with them is I like to fry them up with potatoes, cabbage, garlic, onions, a little bit of chili, a little bit of cumin. Oh, that's good. Okay, so what we've got here is 1 can of sardines or pilchards or something like that, mackerel, you know, in tomato sauce. You know what I mean? Like a can like that. I'm using sardines, but, you know, you can use a different type of fish if you want. And then I've got some potato cabbage. So I've got, that's like 3 cups of cabbage, I think. A couple of cups of potatoes, 1 cup of onion, 2 teaspoons of cumin and 2 of chili, tablespoon of garlic, salt, pepper, bit of olive oil. Let's go. So I've got some oil in there. I'm using a olive oil. Use something different if you want. We're going to drop in our potatoes, and you can see that I've cut these nice and chunky. Now, all I've done is I've peeled them and washed them. We're going to fry these for about 5 or 6 minutes on a kind of fairly lively heat. Now, if you want, you could parboil these first and then fry them. That'll kind of save you a bit of time. Yeah, these are raw, so yeah, 5 or 6 minutes, high heat. That's it, see you then. Okay, you can see we've got a little bit of colour on these now. Let's go salt and black pepper. Nice big pinch of black pepper there actually. Then we're going to drop in 1 cup of onion. I've cut mine small, but you can, you know, cut it how you like, slices if you want. Tablespoon of garlic. Now we're going to add our cabbage, which I've shredded quite thin. Again, do it chunkier if you fancy it like that. About 4 minutes again on this high heat. We need to keep it moving all the time now. Well on our way for a lovely budget, easy, delicious meal. Absolutely fabulous. So you can see that the cabbage is cooked down. We're now going to drop in the 2 teaspoons of chili powder and the turmeric. Give that a nice little mix in. And then simply we're going to drop our 1 can of fish in tomato sauce. Going to lower the heat to medium now and let that go for another 4 minutes or so, and we're done. All right, and there you have it. So a beautiful dish, really. I really love that. Just potatoes, cabbage, the tin fish, bit of spice. Kind of, you know, bulks it out and makes it delicious. All right, thanks very, very much for making it to this part of the video and making it to the end of the video. Really, really appreciate all the views that we're getting. Just a little update, we're still living in the Kingdom of Bahrain. We're cooking like crazy. We're doing really well. If you want to subscribe, that would be fantastic, helps us out a lot. Thumbs ups are great, and obviously a comment. If you've got a comment to make, I'll try and get back to you if I can. But yeah, life's pretty good. It's not so hot at the moment. It's kind of cooled down a bit. Bahrain is absolutely beautiful, and this part of the world is beautiful when it comes to winter. It's cooling down and it's lovely. See you later.